Ma 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 That was the first chant I learned 15 years ago at a Zen Buddhist temple in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I entered that temple because I had one burning question that I needed to answer for myself. Why am I so unhappy? I share that chant with you because I love it. It translates to heart and mind. And so when we chant it, it symbolizes the bringing together of our emotions and our thoughts. Your whole self focused, channeled into what you are doing right here, right now, in this present moment. And so that chant, we sung it during our wedding ceremony. I chanted it during the birth of both of my sons. And even when I was rocking both my boys to sleep late at night, I would chant it to them. And I hope that if I'm lucky, I'll be able to chant Mahum while I'm on my deathbed. That chant and the life of training that came with it opened up for me an entirely new realm of how to live with gratitude, how to work, how to serve, and how to love others. And you see, I found that chant simply because my questions about human happiness led me there. And it wasn't enough to read a book about it. It wasn't enough to think about it. I had to do it. I had to live my questions. Live the questions now. Perhaps then you will gradually, without noticing it, one distant day, live right into the answer. Tonight I offer all of you an approach to life that lets our deepest burning questions guide our actions and our decisions. When we begin to live our questions, our lives respond and begin to take the shape and form into our own answers. I look at all of you and I see every human being as a living, breathing question, a question that's seeking to answer itself. So while you're sitting tonight, go ahead, wonder for a little bit. What's your question about yourself? What's your burning question about your talents, your abilities, your aspirations, your relationships, your careers? And then ask yourself, am I living my question now? Am I living toward an answer? In our tradition, the Zen master gives you a question. And that question becomes your meditation. And so we ask it over and over again for the rest of our lives. While we're sitting, while we're walking, while we're drinking our coffee, while we're cleaning the toilet, while we're listening to the spring rain. And we ask that question over and over again because it creates for us what we call your great unknowing mind. Now you might be wondering, what's so great about a great unknowing mind? Why would anybody want that? Doesn't that mean you're stupid? If you went to school, you know that when the teacher calls on you, you're not allowed to say, I don't know. Can you imagine if you took a test and all you filled in the blanks was, I don't know? What kind of grade would you get? Or what about your next job interview? Can you imagine how awkward that would be if every question they asked you, you said, I don't know? You'd probably go off and wonder why you're still unemployed. And it doesn't really work that way. Because you see, we live in a world where everybody is so busy and noisy about acting as if we have our own answers, we have everything under control, and we know exactly what we're doing. So being able to say, I don't know, is actually really honest. Saying I don't know makes us humble. Saying I don't know makes us really vulnerable. Saying I don't know takes a deep amount of courage. But when we can say I don't know, that sets us up where our minds are now open and maybe we're a little more curious. And there now we have the conditions to really learn and to really grow. And so with a great unknowing mind, it's important that you think about your life a little bit more and what kinds of questions are deep for you. What really draws out your curiosity? What suddenly might, just a little bit, move you towards action, towards living an answer? For me, when I've lived out my questions, it's actually taken me all over the world. To discover what my physical limitations were, I became a featherweight boxer in Mexico. To discover how a year of solitude might change me, I lived in a 100-year-old cabin in the woods for 1 year. And so, whatever your questions are, especially the young people that are here tonight, it's okay. Have a great unknowing mind. Have big questions. And bring your heart and your mind, your whole self, together and live into those questions and live towards your own answer. Ma